Hi, everyone. Welcome to Curated by Becta's Big Night In number 24 for May 12th to the 14th, otherwise known as Mother's Day week. Thanks so much for ordering this week and for letting us be a part of a special celebration at home. And for all of you dads out there who are doing this up for the moms in your family, well done. And for all the moms out there, happy Mother's Day. You deserve to be spoiled this week and really most weeks. So it's a delicious meal and very simple to prep tonight. So why don't we go ahead and get started? First thing to do is take some nice olive oil and drizzle it generously over the lovely Rito Pines asparagus, our first local crop of the year, one of our favorite suppliers, and generous amount of salt and pepper. You can use the container that it comes with. And by the way, the first thing you have to do actually is to pre-warm your oven to 450 degrees, or if you're like me, 425 on convection. All right, then we've got a baking sheet here with some parchment paper on it, and you literally just want to roll this out, make sure that they're not doubled up, and they're going to roast beautifully, and this stuff is just like excellent, you know, very different than you might get at a grocery store in the middle of winter from Peru. All right, drop it right in the oven. Hey Google, set a timer for 8 minutes. And you should reward yourself by having a little sip of Prosecco. I love this stuff. The asparagus is one of the hardest wine matches in the world. You need something with good acidity, with a little bit of richness, and a lot of vibrancy. And this has it. Okay, next up, we want to get your pan. It's a one-pan wonder with all of these beautiful ingredients that are just easily put together. So let me check the instructions. Medium-high heat. Now we are going to do 1 tablespoon per person of neutral oil. So in my case, grapeseed oil, but you can use canola oil or vegetable oil, and 1 tablespoon per person of unsalted butter. So I can just take that and drop it right in right now. All right, strawberry shortcake for dessert. That needs to go in the oven for 5 minutes. So I'm going to put that in just a couple minutes and warm it up, and then we build it all together. I'm going to need a couple spoons. So why don't we get those ready? As soon as the butter melts, I'm going to throw the mushrooms in there, and we're going to roll on the main course. Very, very easy. We've done all the hard work. We have steamed the lobsters. We've taken it all out of the shell. We put it in. So it looks very small, but you're actually getting almost a full lobster per person in here, and this beautiful spaghetti, really nice, which we've already blanched. So you don't need to boil it. You just need to put it in and toss it with all the lobster cream that we make from roasting the shells and putting some lovely cream. So we've got this truffled grabiche, and it's an eggy dressing, and that's going to go on the bottom of the plate. I know that I can do that now before the asparagus even comes out. Spread it out, maybe give a little extra to the mom in your family because she deserves it. By the way, I'm wearing something a little different tonight. I dressed up just for you guys. I'm the chair of the Boys and Girls Club, for those of you who didn't know, and now we just had our morning social, so I've been up since 2 o'clock in the morning when I rewrote my speech, so I'm exhausted, but really needed to do this video. And anyway, so that's where I was coming from. So I decided to just dress up a little bit for you guys. Hope you don't mind. All right, so the mushrooms are kind of mixed in with the arugula, so just make sure you get them all. And the arugula you just leave for afterwards. And you want to throw some salt and pepper in there right now, because that's going to help the mushrooms let go of the water in them. A little bit more. You want to get a big fry pan like this. Okay. You know what? I can probably go ahead and put the shortcake in the oven. I'm only doing one because my family and we only need one dessert between the 3 of us. And actually, we split this dinner for 2 between the 3 of us. So while the mushrooms are going, that's 4 minutes. I'm going to talk about the white wine that's paired with the lobster. Now, I know some of you really want red wine for a main course, and we've done some accommodation. We've got a lovely Pinot Noir going your way. But for those who want the pairing that is even better with the lobster, this is it, a Cru Sauvage Chardonnay from Niagara, from Pierce Prudhomme, made at the Tawes Winery from their best plots of Chardonnay. Chardonnay and lobster are literally classic together. I learned that first week in my wine tasting course back 25 years ago. Can't believe it's been that long. Okay, so what else can I do? The shortcake is in. This stuff is there. The mushrooms are roasting. We've got about 1 more minute on that, and then we're going to put the next ingredients in. So the blanched pasta and lobster sauce cream until it is hot, approximately 4 minutes. So I think the mushrooms are good. So lobster cream first, and then the lobster. I'm going to get a spoon here. Make sure all that beautiful lobster meat gets spread out. Lobster cream will boil for a second and just reduce down. Make sure it's not on too high because the lobster has already been cooked. So you don't want to cook it too much more. And now that the cream is there, we can put the pasta in. And do your best with tossing, but I think some tongs. I want to get some non-stick tongs. Of course, they're all in the dishwasher, but that's why these things are the Rock. I really like this one. I got it for Christmas time. It's a non-stick, but you're allowed to use metal implements in it. And you want to really soak this spaghetti so it gets it all in there. That lobster cream is smelling so beautiful. Okay, in about 4 minutes for that. So right about the time the asparagus is coming out, this will be ready. And we'll drop our arugula in there and get rid of this stuff. Even the cleanup is easy today. This is such a treat. Okay, as soon as the asparagus comes out, I've got my garnishes. The strawberry shortcake. Got my garnishes over there. This is literally one of the easiest meals I've ever put together under these circumstances. There's not much to do. Yeah, that is looking really good. Okay, I don't know what to tell you about. Hey Google, how much time's left on the timer? That's when the asparagus comes out and we do the rest. Usually when it's a 20-minute video, I've got some stuff in between and I have to cut it out, but not today. I guess we're going to get some spoons out for our chantilly, pink peppercorn chantilly, and the macerated strawberries. I'm going to make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, and so really when the 4 minutes have passed with the lobster and the lobster cream and the pasta to get it warm, we're going to add arugula and salt and pepper and turn the heat off. These mushrooms, by the way, are from Le Copain, our friends that I talked about the other day on CBC. We've been using for 20 years now, and they're just fabulous. For those of you who maybe are doing Curated by Becker for the first time because you heard us on CBC All in a Day, thanks. And thanks for doing this. This is a really special meal this week, but we usually, during the week, every week, we've got a Big Night In kit, and we've got a regular meal kit that we do. And so check them out. The videos are all posted online, usually on Thursday morning, Friday morning for Big Night Ins. And it's a great way to do something special for yourselves at home. Okay, I think we're pretty close, so I'm going to turn the heat down. I'm going to throw the arugula in there, probably more than we need, and then I'm going to hit it with a bunch of salt and pepper. Hey Google, off. Okay, I'm going to turn the oven off, and now we just want the arugula to wilt, so mix it around. with all that deliciousness. Lovely. Okay, let's rock with the asparagus and finish our salads up. And the shortcake will be coming out as soon as I plate the rest. Borrow these tongs. Divide up the asparagus nicely. For those of you who have not seen me do this in the past, it's always kind of silly because I divide it into two and then my wife comes along and divides it into three. So if you've got a teenager at home and a wife who is much smaller than you, then you too can feed 3 people with these meals very easily. Okay, next up, black olive tapenade. I'm using all the spoons tonight. Let's see. Keep that there. Try to spread it around so that you can see it. Then we've got our toasted almonds. By the way, if you have a nut allergy, you can let us know and we can just omit these. That's nice. And now our crispy prosciutto. This is a good looking dish. And if the prosciutto pieces are a little bigger, just break them up. Here we have our roasted Rito Pines asparagus, then with crispy prosciutto, almonds, tapenade, and truffle grabiche. Okay, I'm going to pull the shortbread out so that it doesn't overwarm. Got a little trivet here. We're going to cut that up in a second, but first thing we're going to do is clear this off, make some space for our pasta. Now, important thing to note when you're plating is you can, well, first of all, you can sort of spin the spaghetti around, which always looks nice. They probably sent a little too much spaghetti. We might scale that back. This is why we do these meal kit videos. But make sure that a lot of the lobster and stuff, all the good looking things get put on top, because that's what presentation is all about. Highlight your favorite ingredients. Yeah, there's a lot of pasta here. We'll probably cut that back. I don't want to overplate the pasta. My son will eat it all later. He loves mushrooms, he loves lobster, and he loves pasta, as probably every 17-year-old boy does. I'm glad Chef Rich suggested the coupe bowls for this. Yeah, we're going to send you maybe a third less pasta because now I'm just picking through it. There's no fun in that. And then make sure you get some of the arugula, the nice green stuff on top. Don't leave any of the lobster behind. All right. Oh, I don't want to leave anything here. Okay, and we're going to get some paper towels to clean up the plate. There we go. Now we've got our preserved lemon, and just drizzle that around. That's going to give it some nice sweet, sour acidity balance. Agrodolce, as the Italians call it. And then you've got some fresh dill and chives. And we're going to drizzle that around. Smells beautiful. Okay. So that is our lobster mushroom preserved lemon pasta with dill and chives. And lastly, let's get this strawberry shortcake going because there is a little bit of plating to be done. So take the shortcake, you cut it in half. Gonna put the bottom on this. Then you've got your two toppers. You want to take half of your strawberries. Try to balance it off. Then half of the chantilly. Then topper again. Go back to the strawberries. This is where it gets tricky because some are going to fall off, and that's okay. Make sure to get all that lovely juice because that's the macerated strawberry juice. And then chantilly again. And do what I do. Take some of the strawberries, put it on top. Looking good. I'll clean up the plate. For some reason, we've got some green stuff here, a little leftover chives from my hands. And there we are, a strawberry shortcake with macerated strawberries and pink peppercorn chantilly. Again, cheers to all the moms out there. Thanks for doing what you're doing. Thanks to the dads who are ordering this up. And thanks to all of you for watching and for being a part of this. And I really hope you love your special Big Night In this week from Curated by Bacta.